Hello guys, how are you? Welcome to my channel, Great Companions of Profit. Hopefully, you all are doing well. So, guys, before we start, please subscribe my channel and don't forget to like my video. Thank you. Now, today the topic is second Khalifa Hazrat Umar Farooq Raziallah Ta'ala anhu. So, I am going to give you some information about his life. Let's start. The life of Al Farouk Umar ibn al Khattab is shining page of Islamic history which outshines and supersedes all our histories. The history of all nations put together does not contain even a part of what his life contained of noble conduct, glory, sincerity, jihad, and calling others for sake of Allah. His full name is Umar bin al Khattab ibn Nofel ibn Abdul Uzza. He was known as Abu Hafs and earned the nickname of Al Faruq because he showed his Islam openly in Mecca, and through him Allah distinguished between disbeliefs and faith. He was born in 583 AC, 13 years after. His father was Al Khattab ibn Nufail, and his grandfather Nufail was one of those whom Quraysh tribe used to refer for judgment. His mother was Anthama bint Hashim bin al Mughira. Umar spent half of his life in the pre Islamic society and grew up like his peers of Quraysh, except that he has an advantage over them, is that he was one of those who had learned to read, of whom there were very few. He bore responsibility at any early age and had a very harsh upbringing in which he knew no type of luxury or manifestation of wealth. So, guys, besides, he engaged in trade and profited, which made him one of the rich men of Mecca. He became acquainted with many people in the countries that he visited for the purpose of trade. He traveled to Syria in the summer and Yemen in the winter. Thus, he occupied a prominent position in Mecca society during the pre Islamic era. Umar Raziallahu Ta'ala anhu was wise, eloquent, well spoken, strong, tolerant, noble, persuasive, and clear of speech, which made him qualified to be an ambassador for Quraysh to speak up for them before the other tribes. Ibn al Jazi said the role of ambassador fell to Umar ibn al Khattab. If there was a war between Quraysh and another tribe, they would send him as an ambassador, and if another tribe was boasting against them, they would send him to respond in kind, and they were pleased with him. Now we will talk about his conversion to Islam. When a small group of Muslims migrated to Abyssinia, Umar Raziallahu Ta'ala anhu became worried about the future unity of the Quraysh and decided to have Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam assassinated on his way to murder Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Umar met his best friend Noaim bin Abdullah. Nu'aym bin Abdullah Radhiyallahu ta'ala anhu, who has secretly converted to Islam but had not told Umar. He told Umar to inquire about his own house where his sister and her husband had converted to Islam. Upon arriving at her house, Umar found his sister and brother-in-law Said bin Zaid reciting the verses of Quran. He started quarreling with his brother-in-law. When his sister came to rescue her husband, he also started quarreling with her. Yet still they kept on saying, "You may kill us, but we will not give up Islam." Upon hearing these words, Umar slapped his sister so hard that she fell to ground bleeding from her mouth. When he saw what he did to his sister, he calmed down out of guilt and asked his sister to give him what she was reciting. His sister replied in the negative and said, "You are unclean, and no unclean person can touch the scripture." The first ray of the light of faith that touched his heart came on when he saw the women of Quraysh leaving their homeland and traveling to a distant land because of the persecution that they were facing from Umar Razillah Ta'ala Anhu and other unbelievers. Umar was an expert jurist and is best known for his justice, in the same way for Muslims and non Muslims. This value earned him the title of Al Faruq. Umar was most humble to Allah and led an austere life. His food was very coarse, and he would patch his cloth with leather. He used to carry a water skin on his shoulder in support of his great esteem. Sayings of Umar Radiallahu Ta'ala anhu that became well known wisdom. Umar Radiallahu Ta'ala anhu said, whoever concealed his secrets will have the choice of telling whomever he wants to tell, but whoever speaks or acts in a specious manner should not blame anyone who thinks badly of him. Do not think badly of words spoken by your brother fellow when you can still find good ways to interrupt it. Think positively of your brother until you are certain that he is not like that. Do not swear a great deal lest Allah humiliate you. There is no better reward for one who disobeys Allah concerning that you are obeying Allah concerning him.